Season 2 of Legacy begins with Hope being freed from the Malivore pit. Following her return to Mystic Falls, Hope realizes that the monsters are back as well. We join her on her journey as she works to figure out a way to defeat the new monsters and come to terms with the fact that everyone she's ever loved now has no memory of her. Seeing them happy in a life without her, she chooses to keep her distance and fight the monsters on her own. On the other end, back in Mystic Falls, Alaric finds himself the new principal of Mystic Falls High. This occurred because Alaric was voted out by the student council for hiding dark artifacts that would nullify the students' power. Needing some place to stay temporarily, Hope decides to enroll in Mystic Falls High, where she meets up with Alaric and together they work to try and fight the incoming monsters. Back at Salvatore High School, the students are busy navigating life under their new headmaster, Rupert Vardamus. They work together to get through their daily lives, which includes figuring out a way to turn Ralph back human, navigating relationships, as well as also fighting the monsters who are being released by the Malivore pit. Under the guidance of their new principal, we begin to see Josie experiment more and more with dark magic. After using a dark Japanese spell to free Lizzie from an Oni, Lizzie's memory of Hope are now restored. This allows Josie to create a similar spell that is used to bring back everyone's memories of Hope. Soon after, it's revealed that the current headmaster is actually Ryan Clark in disguise. We progress forward with Hope working to adjust to life back at the Salvatore school and everyone else adjusting to Hope back in their lives. Some are happier than others. Ralph is relieved to be human again, while Josie and Landon, who were dating, now have to reevaluate their relationship in the wake of Hope's presence. It's at this point we meet our newest antagonist, the Necromancer, back again in Season 2 with a different sinister plan up his sleeve. Earlier in the show, Josie was given a dark object called the Mora Miseriums, which is used to withhold the negative effects of dark magic. But as time went on and Josie began experimenting more, the dark magic built up and threatened to corrupt Josie, leaving her prone to darkness. In a final attempt to combat the ever-growing darkness, Lizzie and Josie attempted to send the Mora Miserium back to her prison world. However, they instead found themselves, along with Alaric, trapped in a prison world, the same world their evil uncle Kai Parker was trapped in. With some help from the Necromancer, Kai was able to escape, while Josie was left with no choice but to break the sand clock. She absorbed all the dark magic which gave her the power needed to escape the prison world. Following their return to the Salvatore schools, the Salzmans are now faced with Josie's evil alter ego, aka Dark Josie. Her prime goal is to force Lizzie to go through with the merge, a ritual performed by the Gemini Coven that determines its next leader. It's thought to be a battle of strengths as the chosen twins' consciousness are merged together. The victor comes out stronger, imbued with the magic of them both, while the losing twins' consciousness and magic is drained away, resulting in their deaths. Together, the group creates a plan. It involves giving Lizzie a potion that would allow Josie's mind to survive if Lizzie wins the merge. If Lizzie failed to overpower Josie, Hope developed a plan B. This involved temporarily tying Lizzie's life to Landon's, so Lizzie will come back to life the same time he does. During the final face-off, at a time the twins were unconscious, Hope dove into Josie's subconsciousness in an attempt to find the real Josie. Meanwhile, in the real world, Dark Josie was working with the Necromancer. Together they developed a plan where Josie is assured she won the merge, and the Necromancer works to manipulate the students he raised from the dead. Back in Josie's subconsciousness, Hope finds herself in a fairy tale world plagued by dark magic. Josie's light side is forced to hide in the appearance of a pig as Dark Josie reigns her terror across that world. However, as Hope is rendered defenseless, to save her friend, Josie must conquer her fear and face her dark self. By reclaiming her power and understanding that good does not mean weak, she was able to defeat Dark Josie. Meanwhile, Alaric cuts a deal with the Necromancer, trading Josie's dark magic for the students held captive and the resurrection of Landon Kirby. However, upon Josie's return and the Necromancer's disappearance, Alaric realizes that for some unknown reason, Landon and Hope has not woken up.